Hello friends, viewers and trolls who's gonna be blocked. Today is May 12th, Sunday 2019. I'm here near Hege Heide, or Hege Heide as I say it. It's a beautiful little Dutch town in Zealand, Old Zealand, here in Netherlands. So this update is something along the lines of definitely is the knowledge way out of the suffering. So past 4 years I've been studying the narcissistic personalities, psychopathic personalities, going through different articles online, reading some books, spending nights upon nights on Richard's the Spartan Coach channel, which is a great guy by the way, and place to learn about the thing. However, he tends to talk for about hour 20. Yeah, but when you're into that mode that you're really thirsty for the knowledge, you go for it. So what happened is that I stumbled upon some people from the cluster B personality, both at work and here at home. So I'm gonna be short as much as I can be, because I'm trying really to respect your time. And the second thing, I know that I don't have any more editing abilities, so I can't chop out these stupid pieces out, so please bear with me. So at home I live currently, there is like 5 of us in nice wooden house. Me, one very cool guy from Slovakia, then three ethnic Hungarians from Romania. One is very cool, he's the brother of the girl, which is in her mid-30s and dating very beautiful boy with a beautiful face, athlete, football player, also was training I think Muay Thai boxing. But guy is, in my opinion, psychopath, not even narcissist, psychopath. And for example, he will get into the angry mode even if you're going to the toilet after 10 p.m. and he can hear you, so you have to go on your toes not to close the door, or very gently close the door. And then God forbid, if you use a kitchen or a glass of water or anything, he will be in your face, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and then he goes, moving like this and so on. Very fucked up guy. uh, when I met him, within first 4 seconds I had like, oh, danger, cold vibe, looking at you like from above and so on. So that's the guy at home. We all had episodes with him, and at work I really could observe the triad in detail. So I'll go with my flow of thoughts. There is like a team of it's changing, about 5 of us guys working at the assembly line. Tomatoes are coming, we are putting them in boxes, 6 kilo each or 20. Then on a pallet per day we arrange between 22 26 tons of these tomatoes. And I need to give you the intro. It's the tomato greenhouse farm. It produces different types of tomatoes, and yes, it is reptilian owned, and I'm gonna come to that. And what is going on, according to Dutch law, we are supposed to have every 2-hour break, but in our case, if you have every 2-hour break, you're lucky. It's about every 2.5, 3.5, even 4-hour break, 4 hours break, which means that you constantly working that time. And for me, guys, it's really challenging. First I start feeling the pain in my back, lower back, then upper back here, from bending, shoulders, then feet. Then after that comes a feeling of dissociation, when I'm like doing automatically thing, and I feel like, as if I'm watching the movie, everything what I'm doing, that it's not me who's doing it, which is for me alarm sign, because after that gonna come feeling of mučnina, noža, and after nausea comes the feeling in the stomach, that and of course feeling of vomiting, which is the last stage. And so far I was always saved by word pausa from our manager, which is, by the way, okay guy. He's pushing us a lot, but he's being pushed from above, and so I hold no grudge against this guy. I actually like him because he's not a psychopath or narcissist. And in my head, let's put aside the conspiracy part, like Illuminati and reptiles. Now let's stay within the frame of conventional wisdom. People are divided. You have psychopaths, narcissists, borderlines, border, and then you have all others. So all others means guy can be uneducated, poor, ugly, old, fat, whatever. As long as he is not this side of the equation, he's a good guy. Okay, and from this side of equation, you can be rich, beautiful, educated, etc. If you are that, you're a bad guy. That's how it is. So guy is definitely on this side, so it's a okay. He's not misusing his power. So work is brutal. It is minimum wage job, and it's actually below minimum wage job because in our case, the company where we work at gonna take some hours from us. It's gonna be stolen. That's procedure. And then agency which sent us there, we actually work for the agency. Company pays to the agency to us. Agency gonna also steal something, so you're gonna per average lose between 10 and 20% of your money through that. And then from that, money gets deducted for the lodging, for the transportation, and for the medical insurance. So stay with me. I'm gonna tell you how much money I'll make in last 10 days of April plus May till I think 28th. So let's stay. Sometimes I work between 6 a.m. in the morning till 7 a.m. in the evening. Typically then I will have like an hour and 15 minutes of break. It's normally never 15 minutes, it's less, it's about 13. Yes, and you do notice those 2 minutes. And it's never 30-minute break, it's like 25-minute break. So lots of working hours, long hours, and non-stop work, non-stopping activity. So yeah, that job is actually much harder than that job in that cement company. What was that, like um, I don't want to say the name, but something like Allied Iron Productions or something, where we actually had a break after every download, like 5 minute, 10-minute break, which was awesome. Really nice rhythm and relaxed guys. Human atmosphere. In this company, nobody really talks to each other. You can immediately see when you walk in the company when people look at the floor, nobody says hello, and nobody wanna tell you anything. You're gonna see, or I just work here. Yeah. So, to cut the story, long story short, now you get the idea where I work at, and so the team is speaking from mental side. We have one narcissist from Slovakia, big guy, and then there is his first flying monkey, one short Hungarian. That Slovak speaks Hungarian. Another short Slovak, another short Hungarian. What's his name? He actually quit yesterday. He had enough of the bullshit, enough of the work, enough. No talking, my friend, just work. So he said fuck you to the boss and just walk away. So this was his wingman, but he's most probably gonna come on Monday because really company is really desperate for people are, it's really at the bottom line. So this guy was Marius. Was his wingman, first flying monkey, and then second flying monkey, which was not in that cluster, but Omega type, who was, you know, who was under influence of those two. And then other guys are cool. There is one Romanian guy, ethnic Romanian guy. He's nice. One Hungarian guy from Ukraine, Daniel. He's a really cool guy. He's my best mate there. And then yeah, that's us. Then there is a manager and one also very cool Hungarian guy from Hungary quit this Monday. So yeah, as you can see, lots of people quitting, kind of. But there are good parts. Every Friday you get rotten paprikas and and tomatoes. So that's quite nice food supplement, because you know that I'm a little bit tight with the money, so it means a lot. I shit you not. And so yeah, the knowledge. Thank you for staying so far. The knowledge. So I immediately when I'm spotting people, I immediately classifying them according to conventional knowledge. What psychological category would they fit in? And that Slovak guy is that type. It's narcissist. And what is he doing is what all narcissists are doing constantly. And psychopaths. They have superficial charm, and they have no boundaries. So for example, in a car, he will immediately start talking, and those loud guys who are talking but basically talking shit, and everything is around his opinion: what's good, what's not good, what's good, what's not good, who's good, who's not good, who's good, who's not good. And gullible people, simply people who don't know a jack shit about what the fuck life is, that you really have this type of personalities which are literally soulless, which really need your fuel, your energy, and which need to manipulate you, which hate people who can't be manipulated like me. He immediately, of course, puts you on a bad list. And what happened is, when this Daniel came to the company, I noticed that he's just, first few minutes, I noticed that he's wandering before work time, like he doesn't know where to go. So hey, you're a new guy, so this is what needs to be done, blah 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 blah. We started to talk. Then after first break, he went to the smoking room. Everybody go to the smoking room. I'm the only guy who stays in a non-smoking room, and I meditate. I literally meditate. Why? Well, if you meditate, then you know why. So why to explain something so obvious? We all need a connection with the God, right? That's my way. And so now, after first break, I noticed that he's like looking at me with this typical look what every TI knows. Oh, I didn't know that you're a monster. So when we've been working, I red pilled him. I just we've been doing the most boring job, which is 4 hours on your feet when you're peeling off the crowns of tomatoes with your bare hands. Some of us have good gloves, some of us don't. I'm lucky to get those. I was the last one to get the good gloves, if they are here. And then I told him, these are the gloves. Yeah, standard, brate. Standard, good level, huh? So I told him, Daniel, if you hear shit about some person, that doesn't mean necessarily that that person is a shit. Yeah, he said, but many people are talking. I said, well, there is this thing called narcissistic and psychopathic personalities, and then there are flying monkeys, people who are gullible, people who just believe that shit because they can't see for themselves. And then, and then we talked, and then he again went for a break there because he smokes, and then he returns and says, my friend, this guy just talks shit. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So yeah, that's called programming. So basically, I red pilled the guy in a couple of car rides. I went through the whole theory about what is psychopathic personality, narcissistic personality, borderline personality, how they operate, how they feel. And then he himself started to connect, because of course guy has a life experience, and he knows, yeah, there are people who are shit, who are just talking shit, and you have to go just yeah. And as I know, that means that personality. And as you can see me, I'm simply not spending time with them. I spend like 2 breaks, had enough. First of all, I don't speak Hungarian, and second of all, I immediately notice that narcissist in the center of the circle, and then he starts bullshitting. Bye, I'll go meditate. So that's the whole point of this conversation. If once you know how they operate, who they are, and they are all fucking the same, they're just variations on the topic. You can immediately spot one, you can immediately understand what he's doing, and you can immediately basically red pill other people, and who are conscious enough to be red pilled, and explain them. No, I'm not pointing any fingers, I'm just talking you personality traits and examples, and it's up to you to connect who is who. Okay, I'm not talking about against anybody. And if guy is intelligent, not educated, who is educated really, but intelligent enough, he will get the point, and that's about it. And another thing, I just really need to point one other incident at work. This was when we had this break after 3 hours and 45 minutes of brutal work. First peelings, and then after that we had a problem with the machine on assembly line. Sensors been giving wrong weight. It's supposed to be 6 kilos, but sensors been failing, and of course managers been very upset about it, and then shit falls down on us. And after every like hour, higher up managers and technicians would come to try to fix the machine, figure it out what's going on. Apparently it's the software. So at one point director came. I was just doing my job, which was double job, which was getting the tomatoes on box. We have four different pallets: Aero pallet, DPA pallet, blue pallet, and a pool pallet. And then we have, I think, like 10 different types of boxes and packaging, which is a little bit mess, I have to say. So I was doing that, and I was supposed to wait if they have like 6 kilos, 6.2, 6.4. So, brže, brže, faster, faster, faster. And in one moment, I just glance, I look at the guy, and it took me like 1 second to look at him. And the guy looked at me in a very red jacket, I would say Gore-Tex type, reptile, surrounded by the engineers, tall guy. He looked at me directly. I just moved ahead and said to myself, pičku materinu, sad sam najebo. Fuck, now I'm fucked. And then I heard telepathically, and basically in my case, I don't know if it is going on for all telepaths, but all communication is happening in your native language or in a form before thoughts. It's like I literally heard something, sad ću te jebat, slomit ću ti kičmu, and now I'm gonna fuck you, I'm gonna break your back. And this is when we worked almost 4 hours straight. As I say, 2 hours should be the maximum according to Dutch law, which is definitely not respected in this factory. It's called season. And I remember also last 4 hours, it was also 4 hours, and I was really struggling not to faint, because vomiting came out of the whole pressure. Just imagine, a car picks you up at 5 a.m. and it's 6 a.m. you start working. It's 10 past 7 p.m. and you're still working, and then end of the shift. And you know what's another thing? What I noticed, my team on that first machine, we work the most. I noticed other team which works on machine 2, same guys as us, they go on break, they return from break, they look at us. Yeah, you're still working, and you're just working. And in Saturday, out of the whole factory, it was our team who was working. Nobody else was inside the factory, just us. So if I am crazy, how the fuck I hear things which actually gonna happen later on? You dig me? So that's my testimony, really, about the whole thing. One glance at the guy, it's up. Immediately I know who he is. They all have the same or similar vibe, basically same type of vibe, those reptiles. I'm just gonna tell you once more. When somebody very powerful walks into the room, and if he has this feeling of power, radiating power, especially if he has this, I call it a certain paleness of the face. You can't really actually notice it. I don't know how to explain it. As a white energy is emanating from them. If somebody likes that walks into the room, that's it. And from these factories, I notice director, the guy who's really managing the process, is always a reptile. And then really I started to wonder, Netherlands is what one Romanian guy said. Netherlands is just highways and factories and highways, and it's really insanely developed place. I mean, comparing where I'm from, totally. And you start really wonder and see, how they simply develop set up a system in certain area. Okay, this territory, let's call it Netherlands, gonna have factories, gonna have this infrastructure, gonna produce everything from highly sophisticated and huge machines to enormous quantities of food. And you see all that food chain, how it's working. Here it's produced in the greenhouses, everything is automatical, the harvesting is automatical, the little trains are, going through these huge greenhouses, everything is mechanized. Then it comes to the assembly line and we pack it, and then it goes directly to the lorries or to the fridges. Some stay even for a couple of days, that's maximum, especially if they're green. And then from there the products go to the supermarkets, also controlled by them, of course, absolutely everything of importance. And then it goes to you, to the final consumer. Like the whole economical process is like, we actually live in a form of reptilian communism, which has only capitalist phase as a disguise. It's like everything is pre-planned, pre-organized as in communist system. And this company has this logo, this company has that logo. They're complicating things for you. Or it's a corporation, it has a shareholders. Who the fuck are the shareholders? Go figure. Okay. And you think it's some sort of free market because you have a possibility to choose between Coca-Cola and Pepsi, or you can buy Fanta, Cola, Pepsi, Sprite from two different factories, from two different corporations, and everything works that same way. And then I started to also, of course, observe the classes of the people. Yeah, you have, of course, reptiles running the system, guys who are managing, who are underneath, like that beautiful girl from The Office, which kind of gave creepy interest into me. Nobody at the assembly line, like, coming to me, hi, how are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Appearing. Second time I'm talking to Daniel, again she comes, and she has like office up. It's like big hall, big big fucking factory with assembly lines, and then there are two offices upstairs. One is where the director is, and another one where this middle management and lower management is. Mostly middle management, lower management, like my manager, goes there for consulting. She comes and tells to us, it would be better working, it would be better if it would be something like, it would be better working, not talking. Okay. And you have guys like that, and yeah, a little bit creepy scenes. And then you have guys like my manager, which are people simply promoted by them. And then you have, if they're efficient, and then you have guys like this Slovak, this narcissist, and these guys which are actually pushing other people. They're working side by side by you, but I literally sense the hive mind in that type. You understand me? And then they have these drones, essentially biological drones, which under name of psychopaths, narcissists, who are then essentially programming people all the time, all the people around them, which is like all the people, with their bullshit. And then you have guys like Attila, which is actually a nice guy. I look at him in the eyes and I see that he's a nice guy and he doesn't have a bad vibe. But when he's around them, then he starts, giving a shit and commenting and pointing and telling something. I even heard like on Romanian, like suce pula to me, like suck my dick and stuff like that, from a couple of those guys, from Marius and this guy as well. Like, yeah, I pretend that I don't know what it is, but I do know. Ce face Dinamo? Suce pula. Cine suce pula? Dinamo, and so on. It's doesn't matter if you don't know. So yeah, this is how they work. They prey on gullible people. They prey on vulnerable people. They easily control them. And what is going on? That people who are actually nice, are then simply out out outnumbered by the hordes of mind control zombies. And like guys like Daniel, I managed to pull out from that circle by basically red pilling him with basic psychology. Because all these nice guys think, oh, better to be on this side and shit against this guy, which is me. I'm supposed to be a scapegoat, but it's not really working very well. And because I don't want to be scapegoated myself. So you know how now I explained you the whole system if you stay 25 minutes with me. But again, I'll try to finish with this. Once you know the game cannot come to you anymore. Before, when I was a kid, when I was young, when group of people would start like shitting like this against me, I would go, oh, what is wrong with me? If group of people is against me, it's got to be something wrong with me. And then I go as a kid to my mommy, mama, oh no, they are all against me. Oh, probably you've done something wrong. That's how it is. Blah blah blah, because mama is also borderline. So I was really lost. And now when I have knowledge and connection, but both of them are very important, now it's like, oh, okay, this is the game. And guy is smiling at my face, and he's like telling me something like, you're stupid, like shit, that Marius who quit, and I'm telling him, narcissist, I know, Marius, narcissist, Marius, like he think he doesn't even know what's narcissist. And I tell him, and Daniel is observing all that, and I'm telling him, no, you didn't get me, diagnosa, diagnosis. So yeah, if you stay with me so far, I'm telling you, I am appreciating this knowledge now I have, like, tremendously, because my inner core is now immune to the bullshit, honestly. And it's too bad that every life I've been born again without this memory, because it's really fucked up to go through life with ignorance. But now, guys, when you have this amazing tool of internet, as long as New World Order still didn't kick in, use it, and you can gain the knowledge, and you can learn a lot. So I also would like to thank all these guys who are watching me. My new friend from Netherlands. Sorry, man, I forgot your name. I'm not really remembering names at all, pretty much. But we are corresponding via email, and I hope one day we're gonna talk over the video phone. And another thing I noticed, that many people have like issue with talking through the video phone. Like, I just don't get it. Maybe I'm coming from a different generation. I'm coming from a generation where, as a teenagers, we would all hang out at one hot spot and meet there. So meeting person to person is not a taboo to me. But probably people who grown up using internet and so on, for them maybe talking over the video is like way too personal, like maybe as it was with my generation, like fucking with somebody sexually. Maybe it's on the same level. I really don't know. I don't understand it. I do understand it, but it's like kind of bit weird to be honest. People are way too alienated for my taste. So yeah, if you like my videos, and if you would like to talk to me or befriend me on a Facebook, please understand that I'm not befriending people who I simply don't know. So I have minimum request of talking with you over the phone. And another thing is, please don't be offended for what I'm gonna say, but when I mean, it's not a secret that I'm a broke. Okay, I'm open about it, and there is nothing to be ashamed. I'm simply in that situation, right? And my real skills, like my bachelor's degree in economics / management, plus my 4 or 5 languages I speak. Should I include inside Croatian or not? I don't know. English, German, Italian, French, Croat, blah, are not really relevant because I can't penetrate in that middle class. I'm not a cute girl and I'm not connected guy, so there is no way I can penetrate into middle class job like a touristic agency or reception somewhere. So all the jobs I can get are assembly line, and as you just heard, sometimes 4 hours of non-stop for €9.33, and it's not even gonna be €9.33 because 15-20% gonna be stolen. Okay, that's how it is. So so what I really want to say now is, if you stayed so far with me, it's almost 31 minutes, thank you. People are giving me advices on how to make money on a YouTube. So out of the politeness I have to say thank you, but that's not really necessary how I feel, so I'm gonna explain you why. I need money, not advices. And I'm not gonna get money from you guys. That's not gonna happen. From a couple of reasons. Most of the people who are watching this are targeted individuals as I am. You know how many times I noticed that somebody really needs some money, and I was like fantasizing, oh shit, how great would be, to work for €2,000 a month and to have like 200 or 400 euros to help that guy. Or kitten house in my neighborhood. There is a kitten house. There is a great lady who's helping shitloads of little kittens. I love cats. I'm not ashamed of it. I really do. I love dogs, but like 10% as I love cats. I fucking love them. They really get to me. And I was fantasizing, oh shit, I really would like to, help her out. I was, etc. Just there is no money. That's how it is. So yeah, I get it. If you're one of those 90% plus who is struggling, well, statistically speaking, there is shitloads of us who can really understand you. So cut the long story short, my audience is mostly targeted individuals like me, or other guys simply pushed away from the food line, maybe not super targeted, but pushed away from and also struggling, and that's how it is. And what makes money is the money. Para ide na paru, novac ide na novac. Basically, money falls on money, because that's the way how capital works. Capital is money, land, buildings, machines, and people. So if you don't have that, you have nothing. So what I'm trying to tell you is, when people come to me, oh, you heard about Patreon. I did. 2 years ago, I tried to set up a page on a Patreon. Artificial intelligence simply didn't allow me. I would put my data on that white page, click save, everything would reset, nothing. And I was doing it not only a couple of times, but a couple of days, and then I figured it out. It's the game which happens to me. And for me, game is, for example, I can't set up accounts on other emails like AnyPony or GameMix.de. I can only set up email on Google because simply artificial intelligence doesn't allow me. So yeah, I do have a PayPal account. Once I got like 20 euros from one guy after 1 week of chatting with him. He didn't even want to have a video call. So see it as you wanna see it, and it's rich people are not watching this channel. Rich people are not watching it because, I mean, how to put it, we are two completely different worlds. There is nothing what I'm saying what a rich person needs, or there is nothing I am in situation as the rich person is. You understand me? We are two different worlds. So maybe there are exceptions who justify the rules. Maybe in theory everything is possible. In theory it's possible that elephant can climb from a cliff by his small tail, but we know in reality these things don't happen. So you know how to put it. So it's pointless. You understand me? What is attracting the money are these prostitutes, Instagram prostitutes, who are advertising themselves through the Instagram and then getting customers and then flying to Dubai and getting more customers. You know, that's how the internet works. Or cooking videos are attracting money, or yeah, that's about it really. So what am I doing is totally out of that thing. And you know, to be honest, I'm not here for the money, which I'm not getting anyway. And it's been almost 5 years that this YouTube channel is going on. So what really motivates me is the connection. What motivates me is that you guys can learn from me, and that your lives can be better. That's about it really. I don't need more than that. I'm just kind of supplied by that, really. It's a great feeling when you read comments and when people correspond with you, and when they're learning and progressing. And another thing regarding the comments, I can't answer all of them. And now when I'm using phone, not the computer, I can't even see the old comments from before. I can only see comments if I click on specific videos and go through all the comments. So I'm normally clicking through the last video to see what's going on. Well, you know, this was a little bit long update. I'm not even sure if it's gonna be uploaded, because many of them are not. But to, you know, just recapitulate, I have one narcissist and two narcissists at work. Maybe one quit, maybe didn't. That Slovak went this week for a holiday, for a short vacation, so he's gonna come next week. And you could immediately see it. Saturday, it was a brutal day. It was actually much easier to work before, because these guys are constantly creating a bad atmosphere. And I have one psychopath at home. I really don't enjoy to be around this guy, because it's a guy which clearly could snap physically, and he already had a physical fight with this brother of his sister, which doesn't like him and likes me, by the way. I like that guy, and etc. So I'm in toxic environment, and now when I observe my life, I actually never had the privilege of living in the environment without these guys. That's why I'm constantly fantasizing about a farm, a house with a farm, a huge area, you know, like, I don't want to show you this area, but like this area, you know, place where you can actually piss from your porch and nobody's gonna see you, place where you can exist without anybody throwing down at you, um, you know, living alone with a cat and a ganja, and having a gun, one shotgun to protect all that. Fuck, that's a paradise. I'm fantasizing about these things, you know. Some rich guys would laugh on it, but for me, you know, I can't describe with the words how grateful would I feel just to live somewhere where are simply no psychopaths around. Yeah, that would be paradise, right? Well, thank you for watching, and yeah, guys, good luck, you know. You all know that New World Order is coming and shit is coming, so enjoy the good days. These are the good days. Be conscious of it, as long as they last.